All right, welcome back to my channel. SF Driver here. Hopefully everyone's having a great work week. Let's do a recap on how I did last week, October 23rd to the 29th. I'm a little bit late. I've been trying to be productive for this because it's already Thursday of this week. And I'm trying to be productive, so that I can, go out there and work and make that money. Okay, so let's do a recap, October 23rd to the 29th. And let me tell you, I was very productive. All in all, I put in 51 hours of total active time now between both apps, Lyft and Uber. As you guys may have noticed from my previous videos, I took a break from Lyft. I didn't do Lyft for 4 weeks, focused on Uber. And took a break from Lyft and, because there was a little incident with being deactivated over someone complaining that I didn't allow a service up, which was untrue. I got reactivated the following night. But I just took it upon myself to take a little break from them, a strike. But since I was gone, Lyft offered me a nice bonus for Monday to Thursday of that week, last week, to complete 29 trips, and I had a guarantee of $475. So my goal was to do short trips, and for the most part I did, except for one trip that took me to San Jose because I didn't realize that I think Lyft had changed passengers. I didn't catch it. So when I picked up the passenger was in the back. And I was like, San Jose, I'm just trying to stay in the city. And that was last Friday. I remember that day. Okay. But let's go to the apps, all right? Let's start off with Lyft. As you can see, my online time, 23 hours. Book time, 16 hours and 50 minutes, so roughly 17 hours, and I did 53 trips. Okay, and I made $1,115.24 with Lyft. So I primarily focus on Lyft Monday to Friday to complete the bonuses. And that Thursday, I thought I made over 700, but I was wrong. I did some math. I was under 700, made $625. Okay, as you can see, Thursday was $625 day. That's because I earned my guarantee right there, $182.31. I was able to get that. And so between Lyft and Uber, I made $158 with Uber. I was just, when it wasn't busy with Lyft, I had my Uber app on, and I made $158 with Uber that day, and $625. Can't beat that. Now Friday, if you look at that, $528 with Lyft, $217 with Uber, $700, $700 plus dollars that day, $746.27. That's because I was able to reach. I didn't even notice it early in the week, but Lyft gave me another ride guarantee. 22 trips for $360. So I knocked that out as much as I could. A lot of short trips, and the difference between $360 and the trips that I did was $209, as you can see, $209.43, which they gave me. And then I reached, when they're doing all of that, I reached my EV bonus, $150. Okay, so you can see. So that was my most productive day, factoring in the bonuses. All right. And with Lyft, 17 hours. You can't beat that. That was good. If I do the math, $1,115, 17 hours work, that's like $78 per hour. Okay. And tip wise, thank you for the passengers that did tip with Lyft, $83. So that's a good amount of money right there. And then let's move on to Uber. Uber, $1,555.77. So pretty much Monday through Saturday, it was I used Uber. I turned it on when it wasn't busy. with Lyft so that I could, I could be productive and not have a lot of downtime. So really by Friday evening, I've completed the Lyft bonuses, so I was concentrating on Uber. And then Saturday, I didn't really work much Saturday. That was all Uber pretty much on Saturday. It was a little bit slow. I wasn't feeling, because I was exhausted from maybe putting in all these hours. I didn't work much Saturday. But Sunday was all Uber, I believe. But regardless, look at that. With Uber, $554. And I reached a $70 quest with Uber that day. Altogether, my numbers, I think this might be a personal record. $2,671.01. Factoring in my tips, my bonuses. Uber passengers were great. How much is that? They had $154 in tips with Uber, which is pretty high. 80 trips. So that's also factoring in $1 per trip with Uber for the EV bonus. That's $80 extra. On top of my EV bonus with Lyft, $150 plus 80 from Uber. That's like $230, And that's how I justify my car being free. This is the Hyundai iUnique. I financed it. So instead of leasing, I returned that Mach-E. And, after the bonuses, I just justify the car as free. I mean, my costs are offset. And I think in the end, passengers appreciate, they're getting into a nice car, newer car. And, I think they're tipping me well. $200 of tips for the week, $230-ish. Okay, so I really appreciate that, So trying to hustle and put in as much hours as I can. Trying to get out there at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., staying out there till 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But I do take a break to eat and charge, so that's at least 1 hour that I'm taking a break. And then on some days, I have to charge twice. Like Sunday, I drove over 400 miles that day, and just going north and south in the peninsula here, San Francisco to San Jose. And, very productive. I mean, $2,600 and 51 hours of active time. My online time is higher because sometimes the app is just on, like Uber. It's on in the background while I'm charging, waiting for a good trip. If I get a good trip, I'll disconnect. I'm at 80, 90% anyway, and I'll disconnect. So there's that. That's my recap, and I'm putting in the hours this week. So far this week I'm productive, so hopefully I'll hit the 2,000 mark, and we'll repeat the video, do another video, and hopefully I'm consistent. Because before, as you can see the trend, I'm only putting in like 30 hours a week, 35 hours a week, barely breaking 40 hours a week of active time. But hopefully I'm going to finish out the year strong, putting in 50 hours a week or so. But I do have some vacations coming up in December, going to visit my parents. So, but it's November. We're going to finish out strong in December, and maybe I'll do for November, I'll try to do a recap on how much I did for the whole month. And hopefully I'll break over the 10,000 mark grossing for November. All right. Catch you for next week for an update.